Welcome to the Klasen Family Homestead channel. I'm Ricky.
And I'm Cade.
And this is our son Carson. We'll be giving you a couple of how-tos on how we take the plugs out from the trays and put them into the pots, and just a couple little tricks on what we use to make it a little bit easier for us when we're transplanting.
Alright guys, so this is how some of these plants come. This is like an 18 pack. And these are the sedum chocolate balls. They're kind of an ornamental. And we're going to be planting them in these 6-inch pots, which are already pre-watered. So how we do this is we pop them out, and they got little holes in the bottom so you can kind of pop them up and make it a little easier. And how I do it is I just set them out on every single pot and get them ready to go. And then once I get them all on there, I will go through and actually plant each one and put a tag in each one. Get rid of this tray. And how I do this is just take our plug, and I dig a little hole for it, pop it down in there nice and tight, and just build up just a little bit around it, but not much. You don't want it sticking up above the dirt, and you don't want it too far below where it can rot off the plant stem either. You kind of want that happy medium. So now I'll go through and plant all these up. Alright guys, and that's how it's done. And now we just got to do the whole house pretty much. Alright, now we'll go through and pop our tags in and we'll be done. Perfect. Now on to the rest of the greenhouse.
Alright guys, I'm going to show you how we plant our hanging baskets. So what I'm going to be showing you is our Bossa Nova mix begonia. And for this mix and for this hanging basket, we're doing 3 plants in a 12-inch basket. So what I like to do is I like to pre-make my holes. I just use my fingers and kind of make a little spot for the plugs to come in. Just makes it a little easier so I can just pop them in and then come back and cover them up later on. So in these plug trays that they come in, they have little holes on the bottom, so they're real easy just to take your finger and kind of pop them up. So you can pop them out of the plug tray and just pop them right into the hanging basket. Sometimes they can be a little tricky. And this year, this is a new variety that we're trying. So we're just doing 4 baskets of this kind, but I'm just going to show you this one for right now. So once I have my plugs set in my basket, when I do 3, I like to do like a triangle shape pattern. If I have 5 going in a basket, I make it like you see it on a dice. I do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 in the middle. So this one's a group of 3, so I do a triangle pattern just to kind of make it as even as possible. So when they grow, they're gonna really fill up and look nice and beautiful and full all the way around the basket, and so it's not uneven in any way. So I've got my plugs in, so I'm just gonna push a little bit with both fingers because it's kind of tricky to handle sometimes, just because these plants are so small and fragile at this point too. So I like to take fingers on both sides of the plug and push it down, just that way, just so it stays even and level with the dirt, and that way I don't accidentally bump one of the stems and break it off. So I just push them in a little bit with both fingers, with both my hands, and I like to make it even with the soil that's in the basket, just so it's not too high, because you want the plugs to kind of adapt into their surroundings in the basket, and so they kind of break out of their little plug shell and the roots will grow into the soil that's in the 12-inch basket. So after I'm done planting the plugs, I've got them all in at surface level. Then I'm going to come back with the tags, the Bossa Nova Mix Begonia, and I just pop it in the front, and we're set to go. I'm going to show you just a little bit of maintenance that we do in the greenhouse here. What we're looking at right here is a geranium. And on the geraniums, when they're in these 4.5-inch pots, you want them to put their energy into growing as a plant and not into flowering. So what we do every couple days is we go through and check, and we have these little buds. And so all we do is we find the bottom, pinch them off, and toss them. Just like I said, you want your plant to put their energy into growing as a plant itself and growing full rather than blooming at this point. I think we do this up until the week or so before the greenhouse opens on May 1st. And we probably do it every couple days, like I mentioned. You're going to want to do these. We do this on our hanging baskets as well. As you can see, there's quite a few. Lots of times they like to hide under their leaves, kind of protect themselves, so you kind of got to look. And if you see any dead leaves at this point too, don't be afraid to pick them off as well. We could see this one even has a little flower starting. And it's so hard to pick them off because they're so pretty and you want to see the beautiful blooms, but it's better for the plant. You just got to think about the long run. It'll only be about 2 months and then we get to leave them on there. So that's just our little tip of the day.